So today's practice, we're going to be working with a Qigong meditation. So one of the internal alchemy meditations. So in Qigong, the internal alchemy is all about dropping inside and creating changes, creating transformation at a deep cellular level. So this practice is really about dropping into our bodies, following our breath, and following our intention. So where the mind goes, qi flows. Yi Dao, Qi Dao, one of the principles of Qigong. So we're going to use our imagination, and we're going to use the breath to guide the energy around the body. So this practice is known as the Microcosmic Orbit Meditation, or the small heavenly circulation. And it comes from the Taoist principles of connecting our internal energy to that of the universe. So balancing the energies of the sun and the moon, the energy of yin and yang, the energy of expansion and contraction. And this practice, we are focusing on the orbits of energy through the whole universe. So if you think about how the moon spins around the earth, and the earth spins around itself, and then the earth is spinning around the sun, and the sun is spinning around the Milky Way. So all of the planets are spinning in their own orbit. And that is the sort of macrocosmic level. And then we come into the microcosmic level of our each individual cell. So within each of our 50 trillion cells, there are atoms, and inside each atom are the electrons and the neutrons and the protons, which are all spinning in orbits around the nucleus. And so we can tune into the movement of qi within each individual cell and connect that out to the movement of qi within the whole universe. And so that is one of the basic principle of this meditation is as above, so below. So in the macrocosm of the universe, the movement of the sun and the stars is that mirrored within our body, that movement of energy within each cell. So as the electrons are moving in each cell, they're creating electricity. So this orbit of energy within our body is creating electricity, which is creating warmth, creating heat, creating life within our bodies. So when we can drop into this meditation and we can really connect with that natural orbit of qi through the body, we connect with ourselves, we connect with the space around us, and we connect with the universe ultimately. So I love this practice. I find it really beneficial. It helps to really create a bit of warmth in the lower dantian, and it sort of creates a harmony for all of my cells in the body as I'm doing this meditation. And then I notice that ripples out to everything around me. So how do we do this meditation? We're guiding the energy around the body in this orbit. So this orbit is, we're going to be travelling up the back of the spine, over the top of the head and down the front of the body, and then just circling around the torso. And this orbit is connecting the energy flow of the back of the body to the front of the body. So we've got these two meridians, the central meridians. So the Du Mai up the back of the body and the Ren Mai at the front. And we're connecting those two meridians. And these two meridians were the first meridians that formed when we were a fetus, when we were in our mother's womb. We have this energy is flowing around the body in that direction. And when babies are born, their tongues are touching the top of their mouth, and this is the place where the two meridians meet. So when we do the meditation, we have the tongue just resting just behind the teeth on the top of the mouth. So that connects the Du Mai and the Ren Mai, the back channel and the front channel, and creates that circuit. Let's drop in together and I'll guide you through the meditation. So just getting nice and comfortable. And let's start by just really noticing our bodies here, right now in this space. Maybe you're sitting on a chair. Maybe your feet are resting on the ground. And just imagine the space beneath you, the earth that we're sitting on. And just imagine the size of the planet Earth. So we're sitting on this huge planet. And just get a sense that our body, our tiny little human body, just resting here in our place on the earth. And maybe imagining the moon travelling around the earth on its sort of 28-day orbit. That moon moving around the earth, moving around you. And then imagining the earth moving around the sun. And then maybe you can start to maybe imagine the sun on its orbit through the Milky Way. And then letting that go and just dropping into your body. Just notice the energy moving in your body. Maybe you can feel some tingling, maybe in your toes, fingertips. And imagine all of those trillion cells, 50 trillion cells of your body. And imagine the electrons orbiting in those cells. Everything spinning together. Grounded in the body, grounded on the earth. And then we're going to bring our awareness to lower dantian, to that place deep inside the belly. So maybe just placing your hands over the belly. And just imagine that vortex of energy, your lower dantian, this like the battery power of your energy system, just in your belly. You let the breath just come into the soft belly. And we're going to start off by just spinning the hands, so as if we're holding that ball of energy in the belly. So we're just going to circle the hands and just tune into that sense of maybe a spinning energy in the lower dantian. And if you like, you can sort of let your body just naturally follow that spinning. Imagine that ball of chi, that brightness, that energy, electricity deep within you, just spinning with your hands. Expanding into the whole of the belly, maybe including a little bit of the torso. Maybe you can imagine it spinning right down to your tailbone and up, right up to the crown of the head, drawing in the chi of the universe into the body. Okay, and then when you're ready, we're going to rest the hands. They can just rest, if you like, they can hold the ball, or they can just rest in your lap, however you like. And just imagine that gentle spinning in the lower dantian. And now we're going to connect the breath to the movement. So on the next exhale, imagine the chi dropping right down to your perineum. And then on the inhale, imagine the energy travelling up the tailbone, the sacrum, all the way up the spine, over the top of the head. And then on the exhale, travelling all the way down the front of the body. So just following your breath. and just moving at the pace of your breath. So on the inhale, we imagine the qi traveling up the back of the body, over the crown of the head, and then traveling down the front of the body on the exhale. Imagine the qi, the warm energy, the yang energy of the body coming up the back of the body. And then on the exhale, that cool descending yin energy traveling down the front of the body. So on the inhale, imagine the warmth, the fire, the yang energy of the sun coming up the back of the body. And on the exhale, the cool, watery yin energy of the moon traveling down the front of the body. Spinning the qi. So some people like to imagine a fire or a warmth up the back of the body. And then cool rain softly descending down the front of the body. Inhale, warm heat. Exhale, cool, soft, guiding the qi around the body with your breath, with your mind. Inhale up the back, exhale descending down the front, tuning into the orbit of electricity, of qi, moving through your body, through each cell. So we begin by focusing on that orbit around the body. Use your imagination to connect with the movement in the cosmos, the huge orbits of the earth around the sun through the Milky Way, the moon around the earth. You can connect to the tiny orbits in each cell creating electricity, creating life force energy. Maybe you can feel the warmth, maybe tingling. Tongue to rest on the top of the mouth, just behind the teeth, closing the connection between the front and the back meridians. Long, slow, deep breaths, building the qi. Noticing the subtle flow of energy, the rivers of energy moving through your body. And then when we're ready to let it go, just bring in your hands onto lower tien. Letting go of guiding the qi, and just notice how it's moving now. Noticing how you you feel. And I always like to finish by just rubbing the belly, sending all that good qi into lower dantian. So I recommend practicing for about 5 minutes. So you really need to kind of have 5 minutes to just sort of drop in and to feel the qi move. And if you've got 20 minutes, then that's great. Just really enjoy and see the difference. So yeah, enjoy the practice.